Hi, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Lee J, and we are going to listen to some music today. That is right. We are going to listen to some music again. It's been a hot minute.
No!
I won't go into all the details, but I might sprinkle in some stories either in this video or in future videos. I am really excited to listen to this particular artist. He is, I feel like legend isn't even the right word. His songwriting has influenced not only writers of his generation, but of all even current writers like myself. And I have to admit that I am so focused on the voice that I've overlooked a lot of his music. It wasn't until Adele covered Make You Feel My Love by Mr. Bob Dylan that I truly appreciated what an incredible, sensitive, and just deep, romantic songwriter he is. We're going to check out a song that I've heard little bits and pieces of, but I've never sat down and really absorbed it. I haven't really listened to it with respect. We are going to check out Like a Rolling Stone. Before we begin, make sure to do all those very important things. Click those very important buttons right down below. You know the ones. And I really hope this video doesn't get blocked because I know Mr. Bob Dylan is very protective of his music, but I did see other people react to it. So fingers crossed that you get to see this reaction.
Pray, pray, pray.
Turning up the volume.
Once upon a time you dressed so fine, through the bumps of time in your prime. Then you, people call, say beware doll, you're bound to fall, you thought they were all kidding you.
So that's where they got the title of the movie from. I had no idea when he says A Complete Unknown. That's where the movie title came from. I love how alive this song sounds. And I find that as I've listened to more and more music along this reaction journey, that I've come to appreciate music that was recorded on analog, like so much more than ever before. Listening to this track now, I'm having a completely different experience with Bob Dylan. Okay, I'm not going to talk too much right now. Let's keep going. There's that harmonica.
But you know you only used to get juiced in it. Nobody's ever taught you how to live out on the street, and now you're gonna have to get used to it. You say you never compromise with the mystery tramp, but now you realize he's not selling any alibis as you stare into the vacuum of his eyes and say, do you want to make a deal? thinking that they got it made, exchanging all precious gifts. But you better take a diamond ring, you better pawn it, babe. You used to be so amused at Napoleon and Rex and the language that he used. Go to him now, he calls you, you can't refuse. When you ain't got nothing, you got nothing to lose. You're invisible now, you got no secrets to conceal. How does it feel?
That was interesting how he, he sang that last chorus. The rhythm was just a little different. I'm going to go back just a moment. There's so much going on in the lyrics, and my brain is only catching a fraction of what he's saying and taking in all the music. So we will definitely look at the lyrics after.
No secrets to conceal. How does it feel? Ah, how does it feel to be on your own with no direction home, like a complete unknown, like a rolling stone.
Ooh, I needed to plug in my laptop. Where is the charger? Hold on one sec. Please stand by. Look at this picture of young Bob Dylan. He just has that look in his eyes as if he has a secret or he just knows, he knows something. Okay, let's take a look at these lyrics. It looks like he released the song in 1965 off an album titled Highway 61 Revisited. Once upon a time, you dressed so fine, threw the bums a dime in your prime, didn't you? People call, say, beware doll, you're bound to fall. You thought they were all kidding you. You used to laugh about everybody that was hanging out. Now you don't talk so loud. Now you don't seem so proud about having to be scrounging your next meal. What an image. Drop a comment below if you know who he is referring to. I'm assuming it's a female because he says, beware doll, you're bound to fall. And it sounds like he's talking about a girl, a woman who was very arrogant, someone very arrogant, and now she has fallen from her success. Let me know in the comments if that is right or not. Okay, and then the chorus, which is so sing-songy. Like, even though he doesn't have this incredible, like, Whitney Houston or Frank Sinatra voice, the way that he writes his music, the rhythm is so musical. And the lyrics, like, even as I read along, I want to read it according to his rhythm. How does it feel? How does it feel to be without a home? Ah, you've gone to the finest schools, all right, Miss Lonely. But you know you only used to get juiced in it. Nobody's ever taught you how to live out on the street, and now you're going to have to get used to it. You say you never compromise with the mystery tramp, but now you realize he's not selling any alibis. As you stare into the vacuum of his eyes and say, do you want to make a deal? Oof, okay, and the plot thickens. Okay, let's see. So she went to good schools, so she must be from a good family, well educated, but very lonely. I do find that people who are from wealthy families, there's this illusion that if you're famous or if you're rich, that you're surrounded by people, but that's not necessarily true. You could be surrounded by a lot of people, but they don't really know you, or they're there for all the wrong reasons, and you feel very lonely. Drop a comment below if you know what that phrase means. Get juiced in it. Get juiced in it. Does that mean that she's like being sucked dry? Is that what that means? Nobody's ever taught you how to live out on the street. Okay, so she might be book smart, but she's not street smart. And now you're going to have to get used to it. You say you never compromise with the mystery tramp, but now you realize he's not selling any alibis. Let's see, what does that mean? You say you never compromise with the mystery tramp. I mean, that makes me think she might have to sell herself, like she's making a deal so that she can survive out on the streets. Let's keep reading and see how the story unfolds. Okay. So someone comes into her life, a man. He's not selling any alibis. As you stare into the vacuum of his eyes. Oof, that's a very interesting image. So someone that just like sucks you in with their eyes, with their vacuum eyes. And say, do you want to make a deal? Sounds like she might be making a deal with the devil.
Oh no.
How does it feel? How does it feel to be on your own with no direction home? A complete unknown, like a rolling stone. Like a rolling stone. I wonder what came first. The band Rolling Stone or this song? And maybe this term has always been around, but I've always associated Rolling Stone with the band The Rolling Stones. That's just an aside. Okay, next verse. You never turned around to see the frowns on the jugglers and the clowns when they all did tricks for you. You never understood that it ain't no good. You shouldn't let other people get your kicks for you. That is interesting. Okay, what does that mean? So if she's from a wealthy, entitled family, then maybe she was used to telling people what to do. And she never stopped to see how that affected the people that she was bossing around. Is that? Let me know in the comments if I'm reading this the way that Bob Dylan intended it. Used to ride on a chrome horse with your diplomat, who carried on his shoulder a Siamese cat. Ain't it hard when you discovered that he really wasn't where it's at, after he took from you everything he could steal? Oof. Okay. So is this diplomat with the Siamese cat the vacuum eyes, same person with the vacuum eyes that she made a deal with? It could be. It sounds like it. Sounds like he took everything from her. And that is why she is now on her own with no direction home, a complete unknown, like a rolling stone. Interesting. Okay, last verse. Princess on a steeple and all the pretty people. They're all drinking, thinking that they've got it made, exchanging all precious gifts. But you better take your diamond ring. You better pawn it, babe. You used to be so amused at Napoleon in rags and the language that he used. You used to be so amused at Napoleon in rags and the language that he used. This must be a historical reference that I am not familiar with, so if you know what that means, drop a comment below. I know I could Google all of this, but it is really cool, like figuring out the meaning of the song and then reading your comments afterwards. You used to be so amused at Napoleon in rags and the language that he used. Go to him, he calls you. You can't refuse. When you ain't got nothing, you got nothing to lose. You're invisible now. You've got no secrets to conceal. This very last verse is more mysterious to me. I don't fully understand what it means. Clearly, this last verse has meaning that I am not understanding. It's going right over my head, right over the top of my head. So if you know what it means, feel free to drop a comment below and educate all of us here, because there might be someone else that's been singing the song and they also don't understand what this last verse means.
I don't get it.
Okay, and then the chorus. How does it feel? How does it feel to be on your own with no direction home, like a complete unknown, like a rolling stone? Even though I don't understand this last verse, I am very aware that Bob Dylan wrote a story and made a point all in one song. All in one song. Amazing. Thank you so much for spending some time together as we listen to Bob Dylan. This is my first reaction to Bob Dylan. And honestly, I also did this reaction because I really want to see the movie. I really want to go see A Complete Unknown, even though movie tickets right now are crazy expensive. They are crazy expensive. Thank you, inflation. But after listening to the song and reading the lyrics, I am more and more intrigued of the man behind the music. I was young and musically naive the first time someone tried to introduce Bob Dylan to my ears, and I was not a fan of his voice. But listening to the song today, I have a complete different appreciation. I'm still not in love with his voice. So much of what he sings is very, it is like him talking in different pitches. So I don't always hear the melody. But there is so much life and soul and spirit in his voice and in the storytelling that just that alone, I appreciate him as a musician and as a songwriter. I know I have a lot to learn from the likes of Bob Dylan, one of the greatest songwriters. So if you have a song request by Bob Dylan, definitely drop that right down below. Drop that down below. If you got to see Bob Dylan live, let us know what that was like. So on that note, be healthy, be blessed, and until next time.